Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Only Kind of Everything with a very special Only Kind of Marks. We are here with the reigning, defending Desire Pro Wrestling Champion, Kellin Craven. This man has been single-handedly dominating not just his division, but a company. And I would dare say in record time. So with all that being said, we want to sit down and have a word with the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that is running the place. All right, man, so one of the first things I want to ask you, what got you into professional wrestling?
Like everybody, we always grow up as fans, watching it with our parents, a lot of us with our fathers or grandfathers or somebody, and mine was my dad, always growing up, looking forward. I had no concept of a TV schedule, so I didn't know Monday nights were always wrestling or anything. I would just be casually walking by and see him in the living room, but, oh, hey, hold on, I have to come back and watch what I can, and it was just always like a bonding thing for me and him. Were you a WCW or Monday Night Raw kind of guy? We watched it all, but I feel like we were mainly on Nitro. I remember being a big Sting fan growing up. I think it was mainly Nitro, but he's big on channel hopper. Yeah. He's big on channel hopping. So he's always going back and forth and skipping matches he didn't care about. So we watched both, but I feel like it was mainly Nitro. That was the first priority. Yeah, see, I was a big WWF guy back in the day. Oh, yeah. Steve Austin, Rock. Yeah, Rock was my other favorite. I love The Rock.
So, as a star of the independent scene,
we're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're a champion. You're somewhere in there. You're definitely not a nobody if you're a champion.
Okay, that's fair.
If you could name 3 opponents, 1 that is a absolute dream and 2 that are realistic shots, 3 people you would like to face.
Oh, man. Well, he used to be an absolute dream, but now I'm already scheduled to wrestle him November 4th in Cynthiana, Kentucky. Generation Next Pro Wrestling. I'll be wrestling Alex Zane.
Nice.
And he's the reason I do what I do. He's the inspiration that showed me that what I wanted as a kid is obtainable. He's from my friend group. He's from my local area, and seeing him go the places that he did, seeing his picture on an Impact Wrestling graphic, that was my push to reach out to Larry D to eventually get the training that I got. So to finally come full circle and get a match with him,
that is so cool.
So it's such a dream come true, and I'm definitely, that used to be my dream match that has now become, I guess,
you've attained
obtainable. Yeah, it's one of the 2 obtainable ones. I would love to work some of the guys that are around that are like formerly on TV, like Alex Shelley, guys like that are always around poking around independent scene. I see Shannon Moore's a little active, up around the Michigan area. I would love to work with him. Lord, absolute dream. I mean, Chris Sabin.
Oh,
I know he's
beautiful shout.
Also in the same Alex Shelley vein, but I feel like he's not as active outside of Impact. So he would probably be my dream one, or Punk, always Punk.
Always
Punk.
He just got released from AEW today, so that's open again.
We'll be in touch.
Set it up. I was about to say set it up, Tony, but
come on,
it ain't
Gary
Tony.
Gandy. Come on, Gary Gandy.
I think he's afraid. All right, so one thing, anybody who at least comes to Desire, I'm not going to say I'm super familiar with the work outside of, but you are probably the top heel in this promotion, bar none. What does it take to be a good heel in an era of professional wrestling where most people know that kayfabe exists? They know there's a person behind.
To be a great heel is to be you. I didn't come into Desire Pro Wrestling with the intention of pissing everybody off. Excuse my language. It's your podcast.
No, go right ahead.
I didn't walk through the doors with the intention of being booed out of the building. It just so happened my first night was against Aaron Graves, hometown kid. Everybody loved to see him. Everybody wanted to cheer for Aaron Graves. So the fans booed me. I've been loved everywhere I've been.
You got the short end of the stick here.
Generation Next Pro Wrestling you'll struggle to find somebody more popular than me. It's the polar opposite up there.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I go, I'm beloved.
Except here.
Except in Ohio, for some reason.
I would say that's a crime, because you have an amazing body of work.
They feel the need to boo me out of the building.
As somebody who lives in the state of Ohio, I can tell you we're not the smartest creatures.
I've come to that conclusion wrestling here at Desire and listening to who they choose to cheer for versus the reaction that I get, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Yeah, it's a shame. I don't believe that if you're a champion, there has to be some level of respect, and the fans at Desire don't show you the respect you deserve. I will give that 110%.
All I wanted was their love, you know? And it sounds cliche, but that's all I wanted.
That's all.
To show up and be the popular, plunky little X Division babyface that I've been everywhere else in the Midwest. That's all I wanted, but they weren't having it. So, hey, if you're not with me, you're against me.
Absolutely.
Got to burn your whole company down. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, you know, if you got to do what you got to do to get the job done.
Yes, sir. And I definitely get the job done.
Absolutely. And that is proof right there. If you don't believe it, watch the man in action. You don't become a champ by not getting the job done. So we talked about like your biggest influences. Is there any match types that you as a fan have sat and watched and been like, I want to do that? Hell in a Cell.
A lot of the structures.
Yeah.
I haven't been inside a cage. I haven't been inside anything made of steel or anything like that. I've done the ladders. I've done the TLCs. I've done the normal flippy boy matches that everyone expects someone who is clearly influenced by the Hardys and Edge and Christian and stuff to be good at.
Is that hard? Not to interrupt. Is that hard to keep that kind of pace?
Luckily, they don't come around very often. I've only been in less than 5 in 3+ years. So they don't come back. If I had to do them week in and week out, I might take my toll. But every time you have those matches, you definitely shave a couple years off your career.
Absolutely.
You see guys like the Hardys and
Foley,
Edge, all these guys that are struggling with their health now at a very young age, way younger than they should have. And a lot of it has to do with those style matches.
Yeah. So, is there a match style that you look at and go, that's just absolutely not for me?
Deathmatch.
Now,
deathmatch.
Would you say deathmatch as a whole? Like, would you do like an Extreme Rules style match?
I've done Extreme Rules, but the
like the barbed wire light tube garbage.
It requires.
I don't say garbage because
no, it's definitely not garbage.
It's a form of art. I'm not into.
It requires a special kind of painter, a special kind of artist, a special kind of sculptor to make a beautiful match out of that, and I lack the ability.
Yeah.
I lack the ability to turn something like that into a beautiful work of art.
I don't know. A lot of people thought Matt Cardona couldn't do it, and he got over like Rover doing that.
I contemplated like Prince of the Death Match when they were going around with that, because that's like more like toned down, like a stepping stone on your way to real death match wrestling. I think I could have done that.
But that's a commitment. Like, once you start that, you can't just be like, all right, I've had 2. I'm out. I've done my circuit.
I've had my taste of the death match, my taste of blood.
So is there, obviously, you hold the Desire World Championship. Is there a title that you're looking at in the future, you're going, that's the one I've got next?
You know, I mean, anywhere and everywhere, their major prize is on my radar.
Yeah.
Everywhere within the Midwest, I look at their world champion and I'm sizing them up. I'm thinking about how good I would look with that championship. On the flip side, I have yet to hold any sort of light heavyweight, cruiserweight, X Division championship. I've never held that kind of title. I went straight from tag team wrestling to this.
Yeah.
Top, baby. Right at the top. But I would love to take the time to really hone my craft in the good cruiserweight division or X Division or anything along those lines and really work with some of those people.
Yeah.
As far as like actually name dropping like a company or name dropping a specific championship, I want them all.
Yeah.
If you're a world champion, you have a Kellin Craven target on your back, and that's just the name of the business.
Absolutely.
I want them all.
And a wise man once said, if you got into this business and you don't intend to be at the top, you're in the wrong business.
That's it. I want to be on the top everywhere. I see people on posters that I have squared off with, and they're places that I want to be. I get jealous. Like, I feel like my stomach. I'm happy for them, my friends or my former rivals. I'll never want to see anybody not succeed, but I see some people eating at tables that I want to sit at.
Absolutely.
Puts that fire in your belly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. So what does the Desire Champion do when he's not training and being the best? Do you you dabble in other professional wrestling? Do you watch it?
I
dabble in the video games.
I specifically watch what I want to watch. I don't mean to sound like an asshole with that answer, but like, I will YouTube a full match before I tune into a full-length show.
Yeah.
So I'll look up whatever Malachi Black is doing, or I'll look up whatever Chris Sabin is doing, and I'll watch their matches, or I'll decide to spend an entire week studying Gregory Helms or somebody to look for stuff to pick up from their game, and I'll spend all week just watching their matches. I won't go through and watch whole shows, but I'll have a playlist of their matches. And that's pretty much how I consume wrestling nowadays. Besides that, I'll tune in for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. I'll watch WrestleMania when I can. I've been working the last couple WrestleManias and actually doing what I do. Yeah. Wrestling. I am a para-educator. I'm a special needs teacher.
That's cool.
Yes. And as of right now, it's just in an aid position. But about halfway through next school year, college class is willing, I will be a full-blown teacher on my own.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you,
awesome.
sir. I will have my second degree. I'm not intelligent enough to know which one that is, but I've already got one, and I need one more. Then I'm able to be a teacher. So that'll be great. I was in the minor leagues for a game called Smite.
Okay.
I used to play that a lot. It's like a League of Legends. Yeah. Except it's with like gods from different pantheons. Yeah, yeah. So you can load into a game and face Zeus and Poseidon and Loki and Thor, and that could be the other team.
So do you still dabble?
I still play it, but I haven't been in the ranked scene, and I'm rusty. I play and I'm missing my auto attacks and stuff. And I'm washed up. I'm not who I used to be.
Well, you know, when it sounds cliche, when you hold a championship in any promotion at any level, that demands a certain amount of your attention.
When I first became a professional wrestler, video games had to take a back seat. I still play them for fun. Yeah. I play some 2K, all that good stuff. But like, as far as trying to be in the minor leagues of a video game and like play it at a high level, it's very hard to balance something of that caliber as long with being a world champion.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Being in the minor leagues is just like being in wrestling, in that you've got to work on, you've got to grind. If you put it down, just like I would imagine, if you stepped away from professional wrestling for 6 months, it would be an absolute bear to get back in that ring.
Yes, sir. It requires constant dedication. When I was in the minor leagues, I was playing about 6 to 8 hours a day of just grinding, playing, learning, always growing. Really big into card games.
What's your card game of choice?
Used to be Magic. I don't play it as much anymore. I still have a couple.
Did you do Commander or Standard?
Yes, Commander.
Nice.
I had a small stint in the Standard leagues and doing like Friday Night Magic and stuff. Yeah. But as soon as the deck that I had built rotated out, I never built another one. And it's just been all Commander ever since. I'm downsizing my Commanders right now, getting to where it's just what I like to play. I'm not getting hyped up over new cards that I don't even know anymore. It's just the vampires, it's just the elves, it's just Sakama. Like, it's just...
Did you get into the Lord of the Rings set?
I love the Legolas stuff. I bought one of all of the Legolas cards. I just found out that he has like instants and sorceries with like his name in it. I want all of those to put in my elf deck as well.
Nice.
My boy Tyvar Kell is finally a legendary creature, so he can finally be the general of my elf deck. It's a lot, but it's mainly Digimon. I play the Digimon TCG a lot. I will be there tomorrow competing in a tournament. I have local wins. I do play. They don't have a standard. Yeah. They just have play it, and you can play stuff from 2 years ago, and it's legal right now.
Yeah, well, because I had a friend mention that was coming back.
So it's so good.
Are you using the new format then?
It's so good. Well, it's only one format. It's just you play and you play.
Yeah, okay.
The newest stuff, the oldest stuff, whatever you want.
Oh, it all meshes?
Yes.
Okay.
There is no standard rotation. You can just play. There's stuff from the very first set that's still relevant. There's a card in my deck right now from the very first set. It's called BT1. It's 1. We're on like 15 now.
Oh, that is okay. That's cool. Did you ever get into Pokemon trading cards?
I bought them. I learned how to play, but I never actually like.
Never did anything?
No, yeah, I didn't.
I feel like 90% of the populace just collected.
I still have a couple. I found out that there's like some EV cards with like Gary Oak in the art, and I've been buying the crap out of those.
Those ones are good. Those ones are good. So I want to wrap up with, in 6 years, 5 to 6 years, where do you see yourself? Are you hoping to maybe get picked up by a bigger promotion?
You know, I'm not naive. I know that I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I know that I don't have the look for a WWE or anything like that. So, and I know that I don't have.
But Ring of Honor is there.
Ring of Honor is there.
Impact is there. There's the game isn't just WWE anymore.
Right, you are correct. You are correct. If I could live that Alex Zane life right now,
yeah,
of just doing what I want, going to whoever is willing to pay me for that trip, staying for 3 months, going somewhere else, just trailblazing, doing whatever you want, just on the road and only wrestling. That's what I want. That's the goal, is to be able to only wrestle and sustain myself. I know I'm getting into the teaching and stuff, but it really lends itself to wrestling with the weekends off, the insurance, the paid days off that I can take. It's been a real easy mesh of those two careers, and so I'm hoping it continues to be that way. And so in 6 years, hopefully, full-blown teacher, making good money at that, able to fund more wrestling stuff. My merch, this is one of the first shirts I've ever been able to sell.
That's a really cool shirt, by the way. Do you still have any up for sale?
Right now I am out, but I'm always willing to take pre-orders for a new batch. If I get enough people willing to buy one now, then I can get more printed and get them out.
Hit this man up, buy his shirt.
I also have a rose red variant without the purpley flowers. There's another one. It was going to be a limited time thing, but I had some personal stuff come up and it ruined like the week-long sale. I still have the design. It's still doable, but this is one of my first ever solo shirts. I had some cool shirts when I was a part of a tag team. We had a cool little thing going, but this is the first one that I've done myself. And so being able to be a teacher, have a higher salary, fun stuff like that, more gear, it's all going to go straight into wrestling.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Just be able to further, hopefully both careers can build off each other. I guess is the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
They can grow together at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be ideal. That would be great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kellin Craven,
Thank you, sir.
world champion. Thank you for your time. We will see you in the next episode.